life lessons foretold. Stay golden, girls and boys, stay golden.
Hey there everybody, this is Stay Golden and we're doing our ranking video today. Episode number 3. Still not in the greatest episodes, still not the ones that we really like, but we gotta get through them to get to this stuff, right? Now before we get started, I also want to remind you that if you're not already a subscriber, you can press our subscribe button so all of our videos get sent right to your inbox and you don't have to worry, what time is it? Did I miss a Stay Golden episode? No, you didn't! Okay. Let's get started. We're starting off our list today with the episode Cheaters. Glenn, Dorothy's old flame from earlier in the show, returns because he's getting divorced. Now, if you recall, Glenn and Dorothy had an affair with one another.
Look, I'm not proud of what I did, but it didn't seem so bad at the time. He was trapped in a bad marriage.
There's no such thing as being trapped in a marriage. In this country, you can get divorced. In Sicily, there was no divorce. If you wanted to end a marriage, you had to resort to the lupara.
Is that some kind of legal loophole?
It's some kind of sawed-off shotgun.
In that episode, Dorothy cheated. Dorothy was an adulterer, and it doesn't make sense for her character then, and it still doesn't make sense for her character now.
Stay away from him.
Oh, see him.
Keep some self-respect.
Self-respect is for losers like Rose.
Fast forward, Glenn's getting divorced, calls up Dorothy and says, hey, guess what? I'm getting divorced. And Dorothy's like, oh my God, finally, like, drop the panties, let's go.
Well, sure, you'd have some great times and some fabulous sex, but is that worth your self-respect?
Not now, loser.
Even Sophia brings this up. She cheated with Glenn, and that's like the thing that she hates most in this world because Stan cheated on her and it just tore her life apart. This is one of the storylines that I find to be sadder about Dorothy. At the end of the episode, Dorothy is sitting in Glenn's apartment and he gets a phone call from his ex-wife.
Oh, hello, Bernice. No, I'm alone.
And they cut to Dorothy's face and it just drops. This is the highlight of the episode for me, and I know for some of you that it won't be because it isn't funny at all, and that's kind of why I really like this part despite the episode, is because it's honest.
I am looking and listening, and I can't help but remember that I've been in the room before when your wife called and you said you were alone. Then you were cheating on her.
With you?
Yes, but I've also been Bernice and had my husband call me, and he was always alone too.
He wants somebody because he's lonely, and she points out that, you know, she doesn't want to be there and potentially be married to him because she's just first on the list. And there's something so raw about that because plenty of us have had relationships where our partner has chosen us or we've chosen our partner because of circumstances, not necessarily because of love, but because we're afraid of being alone, or we don't know how to get out of the situation, or we'd rather be in the place that we're at because we know that, and that is less scary than being out in the world and not knowing anymore. And I really like that sentiment, and I really like that aspect of Dorothy.
Excuse me. One of you ladies dropped this?
And it's a weird B-plot in this episode where Sophia and Blanche are at the mall and they get conned into giving $2,000.
I'd certainly be willing to put up $2,000 of my money if you two would put up $1,000 each.
Cons, I guess, are supposed to be funny, particularly when there's a nun involved, but I gotta say, just on the basic, have you ever used a bank level? How does Sophia break into Dorothy's bank and get $2,000 and then Dorothy just doesn't notice?
Dorothy's bank is right over there. She lets me draw on her account. If he's honest enough to put up his money, we should be willing to do the same.
They talk a lot in the show about how the girls don't have any money, so I feel like $2,000 is going to be noticed. Second on our list is Snap Out of It.
Ma.
You'll recall this is the episode where the recluse played by Martin Mull meets Dorothy while she's delivering Meals on Wheels with her mother, Sophia.
Look, I don't want any trouble. Just hand over that turkey loaf.
No, you can't. I need this food. Except for the carrot raisin salad. I've never understood carrot raisin salad.
It's a weird plot line that Dorothy is helping to just pull out this man who's been inside of his house.
You don't understand. It's just too hard out there. I haven't been out of this apartment in 22 years.
A lot of questions about that, and I'm not even going to go into the logistics, because the thing that really kind of bothers me about this episode is Rose goes looking for Blanche's birthday. It's going to be her birthday again soon.
Here it is. I needed to know when Blanche's real birthday was so I could throw her a party. So I got copies of her birth certificate, her DM
Wait a
files.
minute, Rose. That is an invasion of privacy.
What makes you think she wants a party?
Rose is determined to find out how old is Blanche. And I think this is strange because they've had birthday parties for Blanche. If you recall, in a Piece of Cake episode, they threw Blanche a birthday party. So why Rose doesn't know when Blanche's birthday is strange. Frankly, the funniest thing about this episode is when Rose finally gets like the DMV records.
Deleted by authority of the governor.
Like, I just like to imagine Blanche's foresight in this situation and having like planned out sleeping with all the people she needs to black out the different lines on her DMV record. Like, snaps and props to Blanche, because that's using her mind. The last two episodes on our list is a two-parter, A Midwinter's Night's Dream. The reasons that these are rankings number 169 and 168 on our list is I find it a strange way to like wind down the Golden Girls.
The curse of the Strega. It was a curse laid on you by Lena Passarelli, our village witch.
What village? I was born in Brooklyn.
Sophia has a curse. She's got to kiss a fool, help a priest, reveal a betrayal. And Blanche is hosting some kind of midnight moonlight madness of men.
But it's not just a full moon, Dorothy. It's a leap year's full moon. Anything can happen. All your dreams can come true if you just believe. All you have to do is believe.
Oh, I do believe. I do believe in sluts.
There's a lot of little plots going on that they try and tie together around this midnight moonlight party thing that Blanche is throwing, which she wears a really great purple outfit, by the way, but it's not enough to like make this episode any better. We already talked about earlier in this episode about Dorothy and the idea of cheating. So the fact that she's kissing Miles out on the lanai, again, it doesn't make sense. And also, like, when did that just suddenly become part of Miles and Dorothy's relationship? I don't believe it, and I frankly don't like it, and that's just me being more personal and subjective than objective. And the best part of this is, of course, the famous scene where Dorothy talks about men loving her cupcakes.
What?
I'm sorry, it's just the idea of Miles wanting to try your cupcakes.
Why is that funny?
No offense, Dorothy, but your cupcakes are dry and tasteless. Nobody ever likes your cupcakes.
My cupcakes are moist and delicious. Men love my cupcakes.
Sadly, at the end, they were running out of plot lines and ways to build the dynamics and do more internal characterization humor as opposed to bizarre external things happening. And I just don't like this constant use of Dorothy kind of being a semi-homewrecker when you think about it. And she's so much better than that. That concludes this week's ranking video. In the comments below, let us know. Did we get something wrong? Did we get something right? Are these your favorite episodes? Or do you think that, yeah, like, these are some of the worst episodes of the series? I want to say thanks for watching this video with us. If you're keeping score, this is episode 3, so we have episodes 1 and 2 if you need to catch up, and we'll do an episode 4 real soon. In the meantime, you can like our channel on our Facebook page, you can subscribe to our YouTube, and you can share this with all your friends so you guys can talk all the time about Golden Girls, which I know you do already, so this is just like one more thing to talk about instead of fighting over like who's better, Rose or Dorothy, because obviously the answer is Dorothy. Am I wrong?